Hey, animation fans! Did you know that over 200 cartoon episodes have been permanently shelved across major networks? One SpongeBob episode was yanked off air because executives thought it promoted dangerous behavior to kids. Let's dive into the most shocking cartoon bans of all time. The infamous Pokemon seizure episode. The Pokemon franchise nearly collapsed overnight when episode 38, Electric Soldier Porygon, sent 685 Japanese children to the hospital in 1997. This catastrophic episode featured rapid flashing red and blue lights during Pikachu's Thunderbolt attack, triggering mass epileptic seizures across Japan. The episode aired only once before being permanently banned worldwide, causing Pokemon to halt production for 4 months and lose $50 million in revenue. The incident was so severe that Japan's TV broadcasting guidelines were completely rewritten, and the Pokemon shock made international headlines. Even crazier, the character Porygon was blamed despite Pikachu causing the flashes, and Porygon never appeared in another anime episode again, despite being innocent. Talk about getting canceled unfairly. Spongebobs, Midlife Crustacean, Crab controversy. Nickelodeon quietly erased this 2003 SpongeBob episode from existence after it aired for years without complaint. The episode featured Mr. Krabs going through a midlife crisis, with SpongeBob and Patrick taking him on a wild night out. The controversy? Their adventure included a panty raid, where they sneak into a woman's house to steal undergarments, only to discover it's Mr. Krabs' mother's house. Nickelodeon execs suddenly deemed this inappropriate in 2018, yanking it from streaming platforms and DVD collections without announcement. Fans only discovered the ban when they noticed it missing from Season 3 collections. Creator Steven Hillenburg reportedly fought against the removal before his passing, arguing the joke was harmless. The ban became a massive trending topic, with fans creating petitions, gathering over 50,000 signatures demanding its return. 15 years after airing without issue, this episode vanished into the Bikini Bottom vault forever. The censored cow and chicken, Buffalo Gals, Fiasco. Cartoon Network instantly pulled this cow and chicken episode after just one airing when parents bombarded the network with angry calls. The 1998 episode Buffalo Gals featured a motorcycle gang of masculine-presenting women who would break into people's homes to chew on their carpet and play sports. The episode was filled with double entendres that completely flew over kids' heads but outraged parents. Network executives were reportedly horrified when they realized what had slipped past censors and immediately shelved the episode, even denying its existence for years. Creator David Feiss claims he was just making a silly buffalo joke, but the episode remains so controversial that it's never been included in any official release, streaming service, or DVD collection. Animation historians consider it one of the most aggressively censored Western cartoons ever, with Cartoon Network reportedly destroying master copies to ensure it never resurfaced. The Simpsons banned Nuclear Disaster episode. The Simpsons episode, Meltdown at Moe's, was permanently shelved just days before airing in 2011. This jaw-dropping episode featured Homer accidentally causing a radioactive leak at the Springfield nuclear plant that would have aired just 3 days after the devastating Fukushima nuclear disaster in Japan. Fox executives made the unprecedented decision to pull the episode entirely rather than delay it, marking the only time in the show's 30-plus year history that a completed episode was permanently canceled. The animation team had spent 9 months creating the episode, costing approximately $1.2 million in production. What makes this ban even more remarkable is that the episode was completed months before the real-world disaster, making the similarities purely coincidental. Voice actor Hank Azaria later revealed in interviews that the episode contained some of the funniest Homer material ever recorded, but the content was deemed too insensitive to ever release. To this day, no footage from this mysterious episode has ever leaked. Dexter's Laboratory's secret band episode. Did you know Dexter's Laboratory has a completely finished episode that has never officially aired? Rude Removal became animation's most legendary banned episode after creator Jendi Tartakovsky confirmed its existence, but Cartoon Network refused to release it for 15 years. This episode featured Dexter and ED using a rude removal system that created foul-mouthed versions of themselves. While no actual profanity was used, the implications were so strong that network executives deemed it inappropriate for children. The episode became animation's greatest urban legend, with fans desperately searching for leaked copies. Animation staff would secretly screen it at conventions, describing audience reactions as uncontrollable laughter. The ban created such intense demand that when Adult Swim finally released it on their website in 2013 as a lost episode, their servers crashed from over 2 million views in 24 hours. Despite this massive success, Cartoon Network still refuses to include it in any official release, keeping this notorious episode in cartoon purgatory. Gargoyles' Columbine-related ban. Disney's groundbreaking Gargoyles series had an entire storyline, Axed, following the Columbine school tragedy. The episode Deadly Force featured a character accidentally shooting another character with a handgun, resulting in a graphic scene showing blood spreading across the floor. Initially aired in 1995, Disney pulled this episode from rotation following school shootings, considering it too intense for younger viewers. Creator Greg Weisman fought desperately to keep the episode in circulation, arguing it contained an important message about gun safety. The episode was eventually allowed back into rotation, but only after significant editing that removed nearly 15 seconds of animation, including all scenes of the actual shooting and blood. Weisman revealed at a convention that this episode's controversial history actually led to Disney implementing stricter content guidelines for all animated series, affecting dozens of shows in development. Animation historians credit this single episode with shifting the entire landscape of children's animated programming toward less realistic violence. Tiny Toon Adventures Alcohol Adventure. Warner Brothers permanently pulled a Tiny Toons episode after it showed characters getting drunk and driving a car off a cliff. The 1991 episode One Beer featured Buster, Plucky, and Hampton drinking a beer, getting intoxicated, and then seemingly dying in a car accident. While the episode ended by revealing it was all a PSA about drinking dangers, parents were outraged that beloved characters were shown consuming alcohol at all. The backlash was so severe that the episode was banned from all future airings in the US, though it mysteriously continued airing internationally. Creator Steven Spielberg personally intervened in the controversy, reportedly saying he had no idea such content had been approved and demanded its removal. Animation director Rich Ahrens later revealed they had created the episode specifically to push boundaries, never expecting it would actually get approved. This episode remains one of the most controversial in animation history, with original copies selling for thousands on collector markets despite being available internationally. The Fairly Odd Parents Weather Disaster Ban. A completed Fairly Odd Parents episode was permanently shelved hours before its scheduled airing, when devastating real-world events made it inappropriate. The episode Twistery featured Timmy Turner wishing for America to lose the Revolutionary War, resulting in Dimsdale being destroyed by a massive hurricane. Unfortunately, the episode was scheduled to air just days after Hurricane Katrina devastated New Orleans in 2005. Nickelodeon executives made the emergency decision to pull the episode, replacing it with a rerun. Creator Butch Hartman revealed at a convention that the animation team was devastated, as they had considered it one of their best episodes. The ban wasn't just temporary. The episode has never aired in America, though it mysteriously appeared on Canadian and European broadcasts years later. Animation insiders revealed the episode cost approximately $850,000 to produce, making it one of the most expensive lost episodes in animation history. Fans who've seen international broadcasts claim it contains some of the series' most ambitious animation and storytelling, the bizarre banned Family Guy abortion episode. Fox executives rejected an entire Family Guy episode about abortion, despite it being fully produced. The controversial episode Partial Terms of Endearment featured Lois agreeing to be a surrogate mother for a friend who later dies, leaving Lois to decide whether to keep the baby. The episode was completed and scheduled to air in 2009 before Fox abruptly canceled it, marking the only time the network banned a completed Family Guy episode. Creator Seth MacFarlane fought against the censorship, resulting in the unprecedented move of releasing the episode exclusively on DVD outside the series' normal collections. What's truly shocking is that while Fox banned the episode for American television, BBC Three aired it unedited in the UK. MacFarlane later revealed that the episode deliberately avoided taking a political stance, instead focusing on the character's personal journey. The ban created such massive publicity that the standalone DVD sold over 300,000 copies, far exceeding normal sales and ironically giving the banned content far more attention than if it had simply aired normally. Batman, the animated series' Too Scary episode. Warner Brothers temporarily banned a Batman episode after children reported nightmares and panic attacks. The 1992 episode I've Got Batman in My Basement featured the villain Scarecrow using fear toxin on Batman, resulting in hallucination scenes so disturbing that the network received hundreds of complaints from parents whose children couldn't sleep after watching. The episode was pulled from rotation for nearly 3 years and only returned to syndication after significant editing that removed approximately 27 seconds of the most intense hallucination footage. Series producers Bruce Timm later revealed they had deliberately pushed the boundaries of children's animation with this episode, but admitted they went too far with the nightmare sequences. Animation historians note this episode fundamentally changed how fear was portrayed in children's programming, with networks implementing stricter guidelines about psychological horror versus physical danger. Despite being considered too intense for children, this episode is consistently ranked among fans' favorites for its atmospheric horror elements. The Missing Johnny Bravo Date episode. Cartoon Network mysteriously erased a Johnny Bravo episode from existence after just 2 airings. The Season 3 episode, Date with an Antelope, featured Johnny accidentally going on a date with an antelope and included jokes that executives later deemed inappropriate for the target audience. What makes this ban particularly strange is that Cartoon Network never officially acknowledged pulling the episode. Animation director Kirk Tingblad revealed at a convention that the network simply pretended the episode never existed, removing it from the official episode count and rearranging the season to hide its absence. The controversy remained unknown until fans noticed the episode numbering discrepancy and began searching for the missing content. Bootleg recordings of the episode became highly sought after by collectors, with VHS copies allegedly selling for over $500. Series creator Van Partible has refused to discuss the banned episode in interviews, only cryptically stating that some jokes don't age well. To this day, the episode remains absent from all streaming platforms, DVD collections, and official episode listings. Adventure Time's Korean animation controversy. Cartoon Network permanently removed an Adventure Time episode from rotation after Korean viewers pointed out deeply offensive imagery. The 2011 episode To Cut a Woman's Hair contained background characters that Korean viewers immediately recognized as derogatory caricatures similar to racist World War II propaganda. What's truly shocking is that the offensive imagery remained unnoticed through the entire animation production process, which involved dozens of reviewers and executives. Once identified, Cartoon Network issued a rare public apology and pulled the episode worldwide. Creator Pendleton Ward was reportedly horrified by the oversight and personally supervised the animation team to ensure no similar issues occurred in future episodes. The network spent approximately $80,000 reanimating the scene for international broadcasts, but the original version remains banned in all markets. Animation scholars point to this incident as fundamentally changing how studios approach cultural sensitivity reviews, with many major networks implementing mandatory cultural consultation processes for international content following this high-profile mistake. The Powerpuff Girls Post 9/11 ban. Cartoon Network yanked a completed Powerpuff Girls episode from the broadcast schedule following the September 11th attacks. The episode City of Clipsville contained a sequence where Townsville's tallest building was destroyed in an explosive blast, reminiscent of the World Trade Center collapse. Though the episode was finished months before the tragic events, Network executives deemed it too sensitive to air. Creator Craig McCracken and his team worked frantically to reanimate the sequence, replacing the building collapse with a different scenario, delaying the episode by nearly 8 months. What's particularly interesting is that, unlike most banned episodes, both versions of this episode actually exist. Animation historians discovered that international markets received different versions, with some countries airing the original building destruction scene, while American audiences saw the revised version. This episode highlights how real-world events can suddenly transform innocent cartoon content into problematic material, with McCracken later revealing that several planned episodes for the series were completely scrapped following 9/11 because they contained similar imagery that had suddenly become inappropriate. All right, animation fans, which banned episode shocked you the most? Were network executives right to pull these episodes, or have we become too sensitive about cartoon content? Drop your hottest takes in the comments below. And here's something to think about. With streaming services now controlling what we can and can't see, how many more cartoon episodes are being quietly erased from history without us even knowing? Hit that subscribe button if you want more videos exposing the animation world's darkest secrets.